Yeah, this is teak, Michael.
Really, but I wondered what it was because it's. Yeah. I thought it was chestnut because it's quite red, but
it's teak.
Is that what they used to on the decking of ships?
Yeah, it's fantastic stuff. It really is good.
It's like really weatherproof.
Better than oak. You know.
Yeah, well, it's heavy.
You know,
really heavy.
Fantastic bit of wood.
Yeah, so it needs a bit of filler just at the bottom there.
Yeah, that's okay.
And a bit of like mastic or caulking or something to. I think you'd be all right.
Yeah.
I've got this stuff. I think it's like an old-fashioned primer. It's pink there, but it's actually like a really pale salmon pink primer, like oil-based primer. It's got aluminium in it. Is that the old-fashioned primer they used to use?
That's right, yeah.
You know when you sand back old doors and they have like a layer of sort of pinky beigey primer underneath. I think it's like that. Yeah. So.
Hello, Dan.
What are you doing here?
All right, you lot.
Come in. I'll make you a cup of tea. There's no kettle. Really are you going to get in shot, Dan?
Oh, really? Go on then.
Hello, Dan. Hello, Dan from Eagle Eye Photography.
Hello, Michael from Doing It
Of
Ourselves.
YouTube.
Bonjour.
Mick.
I'm just sanding back this door.
What about the door?
I'm sanding it.
Yeah. Is this the front door to your cottage?
Well, yeah, because if I leave it until winter, it's going to be all damp again. There's no paint on it, so I've got to paint it now, really.
Is this the paint you bought in the last video from Murray?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Nice.
So I haven't tried it yet, but I hope it's the right colour, because...
Well, good stuff from there.
Yeah, it's good paint, so... But I can't work out now, because normally we take the glass out of the windows and doors when we sand them.
No need to.
But how am I going to sand that without scratching the glass?
Sandpaper, Michael.
Yeah, well, I've got sandpaper, yeah, I've got sheets of it, but I need to... I might have to use something to scrape it, yeah. That'll be fine anyway.
You can put a bit of tape there first.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, then there's no problem.
All right, then, well, I'll carry on sanding it and
okay, then.
try and get a coat of primer on it today. The problem I've got here with these goggles is they're completely steamed up, but I need them to sand with, so I might just be sanding blind by the looks of it. We'll give that a go, shall we? Well, I'm a bit dusty, but that's to be expected. I've come to the point now where I can't use the electric sander anymore. I've done all the large flat surfaces. Obviously that sanding pad there, that disc, it's not going to fit in there, is it? And it won't fit in this area here, and I dare not put it anywhere near the glass because it will scratch it. So from now on, I've got to do it manually. So I've got some sandpaper, some sheets of it. From now on, I'll do it the hard way. I actually got like a little, like a cube, like a foam cube thing with a little handle that you can attach it to, but I don't think I know where it is. It's a problem with a place like this. You've got tools on every single floor. You could be searching for an hour for something that big. So, just do it by hand. It works quite well. People had to work years ago really hard to create stuff. So we should count ourselves lucky these days. I think that's all right actually. Doesn't need a lot of sanding. I should be wearing my mask. Oops. It's okay. We had all the doors and windows actually tested. When we moved in, somebody went round and tested which paints were lead and which weren't. And I know that the ones on the gardener's cottage, the greenhouse, none of those were lead paint. There was a couple inside the chateau that had lead paint, but we removed that in the appropriate way. But this is not lead paint, thankfully, so I'm not going to be poisoned. I just have to worry about dust. So. Well, that piece of wood's in a right old state. Do you want the good news or the bad news? The good news is that I've almost sanded the whole thing back. I've just got a little bit more to do around the panes of glass. But this bit's all sanded fine. It needs a good clean up. But unfortunately my mum hasn't come back yet, and she was on her way out to get me the polyester putty that I need to repair the bottom of the door. Obviously there's no way I can put primer on here until that's repaired. And even if I manage to repair that today, I can't put primer on the door because this cottage is too dusty. It's too much dirt. There's all cobwebs and dust hanging above the door. So I need to actually paint it outside. Thankfully it's a dry day tomorrow, I hope. So I can finish off sanding it this afternoon, give it a good clear up, and then I'll do the putty and hopefully I can paint it outside tomorrow. But for now, I've done most of it. I've got other jobs in the chateau to get on with as well today, so I'm gonna leave this for today, and I'll come back to it tomorrow. But yeah, it's time I went and had a little shower and got changed because I'm covered in dust. That weather's terrible. Well, the weather outside is absolutely awful. It's windy and rainy, and I think we've got a storm on the way, so there's no way I can actually finish that door and paint it outside. So hopefully tomorrow the weather will calm down so we can get back out and finish that door. But for now, I'm going to sit down with you guys, have a nice cup of Earl Grey with my new Spode teapot that arrived yesterday, and talk to you guys about June's Journey. June's Journey is a murder mystery game set in the 1920s, and it's all based around the character of June Parker. It's actually a free game to download, so you can download it on your smartphone or your tablet. It doesn't cost you anything, and I will put a link in the description of this video to a place where you can download the game for free. And basically it's like a murder mystery puzzle game. So in the game you will be presented with a room, and usually these scenes are full of beautiful antique furniture, just like the chateau. So you'll have to find things within the room. So it will say at the bottom what items you need to find. So it could be the lamp, or you might need to find the teapot, or the portrait. And sometimes they're really easy to find. You can just find them straight away. Or sometimes they're actually really difficult to find. Like sometimes I find myself sitting there for minutes trying to find a specific object, and you can't see it anywhere, and all of a sudden it just appears. So once you've found all of the clues within the room, that means you can move on to the next stage, and also you can use those points as a sideline in the game. Obviously there's a couple of different aspects of the game. You've got the bit where there's the clue finding, and you follow along that journey, and the more clues you find, the more levels you unlock, so you can actually move further and actually solve the crime eventually, hopefully. But as a sideline, you can actually use the points that you get to build your own island. So you'll have an island, and you can build your own mansion on it, and you can furnish that mansion, you can furnish the gardens, and then you can build other properties around that, and actually you can develop the whole island into like a town. So the possibilities are endless, and it's a really great game to play at the end of the day. I always play it after I've been editing or filming YouTube videos. At the end of the day, when I just want to relax and take my mind off everything, I take out my iPad and I open June's Journey, and it just takes me off back into the roaring 20s, solving murders and finding clues, and that's just something that I really enjoy, because I've always dreamed of going back to the 1920s and actually being a detective. If you love all things mysterious and you like solving murders and finding clues and playing the role of a detective. And if you just like anything vintage, you should definitely download this game because I love it. And if you're like me, you're going to love it too. So I just want to say a big thank you to June's Journey for sponsoring this video. Actually, I remember way back, there was a detective back in the day at this chateau, and his name was Detective Petherick. And he never did find out if the dog was the killer or if he'd been set up. Good day. I have received a letter from the master of this house asking me to come back to see if we can solve the original murder. Madam Mystery helped me last time, but she couldn't solve the murder. But can we solve it this time? We'll have to find out. The inhabitants of this chateau have all fled in terror, so I am here alone to try and solve the murder. My first clue has led me back to the gramophone. Here, a single infinity rose has been found upon the gramophone. But what can it mean? Where can it lead us? All I can say is that this piece of silver is from a desk set from the master's desk. So we must go to the master's desk to see if we can find a clue there. The clue found by the gramophone was an infinity rose, and it was placed inside this silver cup. Now this silver cup comes from the master's desk set, and it should be placed here. So our next clue should be found here. Now let me observe. Ha! A packet of catnip. Most bizarre. A bell, but it does not ring. So. Ha! A cat toy. So we have a cat toy and a packet of seeds for catnip. So what can it mean? I say we're dealing with a cat burglar. But what was the burglar here to steal? We must find out before we can find the killer. Let's go. So in my search for a cat burglar, I think the best place to start is with a cat. And where does the cat of this house sleep? Here, upon this very curtain, you can see the evidence here, the white hair of the white cat. Aha! But what is this? An insurance claim for the missing jewellery. But why is the cat in possession of this? We must find where the jewellery was to find the next clue. So my search for the missing jewellery has led me to here, the very safe where it was kept by the mistress of this house. But there is an insurance claim for the missing jewellery. But how can we know whether it's in the safe or really missing? Is it a scam? We don't know, because the key is missing. I think this is a call from Madam Mystery. My attempts to contact Madam Mystery via the telephone have been thwarted. The telephone lines have been cut, most mysterious. So I shall try and contact her another way. I shall ring this bell.
Par vos perfections aux bouches sans pareilles, je me perds de douceur, de crainte et de merveille. Do you hear it, Flappy Bird? Do you hear the distant bell ringing? It can only be one man. It is him. He is calling me.
The best place to contact a sorceress is in the very place you would least expect to find her, this very chapel. So, I have rung the bell. Let's see if she contacts us, shall we? Madam Mystery, are you with us?
But Detective Petherick, do you not know by now? I am always with you.
She's with us. Madam Mystery, how are you?
I am simply delirious to hear from you.
How wonderful. Where have you been on your holidays, Madam Mystery?
I am still on my holidays. I decided to come to the 18th century. I always rather like it here.
How wonderful. Madam Mystery, I seek your mystical powers once again to solve the murder. Last time, you led me to the dog's bed, but we couldn't solve the murder that time, so I need your help again.
You are blind to your greatest desire.
Consult your crystal ball, Madam Mystery, and tell me what it says.
The spirits are very clear. It was the cat.
Madam Mystery, you knew it was the cat the whole time. She knew it was the cat. It's awful. So, Madam Mystery, why did you not tell me last time?
Truly, Detective Petherick, you understand nothing of women.
Ah, a mysterious answer as usual. I would expect no less. Well, Madam Mystery, I just need to find the cat, and if I can find the cat, we have solved the murder.
Well, as always, good luck, monsieur. And as they say in your tongue, truly good.
Thank you, Madam Mystery. I'll speak to you soon. Well, let that be the lesson. If you need something solved, just contact Madam Mystery first time, because we've been led on a wild goose chase. She knows the killer was the cat, so we need to go back into the chateau and see if we can find that very cat. And the cat will be sent to prison for 100 years. Aha. Or will she escape? Who knows? Ha ha! I have located the murderer. This very white cat killed the maid because the maid discovered the cat stealing the jewellery. We've solved it. But will there be another murder? Who knows? But if you want to solve your own murder, you need to go and download June's Journey. Thank you. I say we're dealing with a cat burglar. Let's find the burglar.
It was obviously the cat. I'll do one more time.
The best place to find her is the place you would least expect to find her. In this very chapel, a religious place. No place for a It's so fun. Yeah, that'll do. Assailants. Mask.
You understand nothing of women. Ah, man.
Find the killer. Let's go. And the cat will be sent to prison for 100 years. Aha. Or will she escape? Who knows? Yeah, that'll do.